You won the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award twice.
That's correct.
92 and 99. No other company has ever done this before.
No.
So what is the significance of that? Because that's straight up from the White House, right? That's straight from the D.C.
Yeah.
What is the significance of that?
Well, it's a fantastic thing that the government did more intensely. That happened during the 80s when the Japanese became major competitors to us. They were taking over, they're buying everything and controlling and product and cars and everything. No, we didn't make no more TVs. When the Commerce Department said we have to study how to be more competitive with the Japanese, studied the #1 companies in the world, studied the companies that were sustained leaders in their product for many years, why and so on, found commonalities and created a criteria. And afterwards said we have to find out who in America comes close to that so we can make it an example for other companies.
Got it.
So when you study and then apply, if you win the Baldrige, you are obligated to open your company up for other companies to come in and learn. For a year free.
What a concept.
Yeah.
For a year for free?
Yeah. We had every Monday 20, 30 companies there to learn. We created a learning center. Now I figured out how to make money on it. You know. So we started at 7 o'clock Monday mornings, so they had to check out on Sunday, check in on Sunday.
So they still got to book the room. That's great. So the companies would come and learn.
Come and learn from us.
If I'm not mistaken,
including Steve Jobs, before they went into retail.
I was about to just say Apple. So Steve Jobs came to you.
Yeah. Including for retail, including Disney was there many times, and so on. People come in and learning how do we work the processes, the measurements, the process, the improvements, and so on. And we were pretty good at, as I said, our general manager was kind of best at the improvement, the elimination of process permanently. I tell one story in the book, if you read it, Vincent Excellence in room service, where we had for 6 years a complaint. I was the general manager of the first one, obviously. There was no other hotel. During my time, the complaint room service, I managed it like a normal manager. I said, read my lips, fix it. Doesn't work that way. You have to find out their process. I learned very carefully from the Baldrige office how to do that. I had my first Baldrige meeting. Somebody set it up. We were voted best hotel company in the world, and I had a lot of complaints. When somebody said, well, Horst, I understand. They asked me, best hotel company. I said, maybe we're the best of a lousy lot, but we're not very good. And he said, you should look into the Baldrige criteria. Went to Washington, had a meeting with the head. He explained me the criteria. For half an hour, I didn't understand a word he said, literally. And he said, do you have time for lunch? I had lunch with him. Years later, he asked me, when I became an expert in the issue, do you know why I invited you for lunch? I said, why? He said, you didn't understand a word I said. He knew it. I did.
Why didn't you understand what he said?
Oh, there were fishbone analysis, Pareto charts, and things like that. I said, what is that?
I see. I got you. So he knew.
Yeah.
And he said, let's go
you have to
further.
understand, I left the school when I was 14 years old.
That's right.
I didn't go to business school.
No college, no business school, nothing.
But later when I was here, I took the courses in Cornell and so on. Yeah.
Didn't you later on get a PhD or doctorate from some school?
Yeah.
What did an honorary doctorate?
Yeah,
Which school was it that gave it to you?
I'm sorry, I said the word now. When you ask me names, I'm always, I always put me in the word Johnson and Wales.
Okay, got it. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So Steve Jobs, what did he ask you when he was? What kind of questions was he asking you?
I wasn't involved in teaching him at the time. I was out in Asia at the time. But he came in to ask, how do we treat customers? What do you think make us successful? How do we make them successful? By saying hello. And he picked up. I know what he picked up. First contact. We teach, and that's what he got it. Most people don't get it even, what we teach. The behavioral analysts tell you, you make you make a decision about somebody when you come within 10 feet. So how do I make sure you make a good decision? But wait a minute, they make a decision about you. So how make sure that decision is a good one? That's why when you go into, they have somebody staying there right away, well-dressed. So say, welcome, can I help? What is the problem? And they take you. And we had learned that from the behavioral analysts. I work with behavioral analysts, University of Colorado and Frankfurt. They said the decision is made about you the moment when we make contact. That's why we taught you when somebody comes within 10 feet, no matter what you do, you look them in the eye and say welcome and so on. Don't say hi. When you say hi, we are equal. But if I say welcome, and so sir, and look you in the eye, I'm saying I respect you, but at the same time I'm saying you can trust me. I'm professional. So we make sure that I hired kids from Center City who've never seen anything elegant in their life. So now we put them in a great outfit. We teach them not to use certain words. Don't say ever hi. Don't say okay. Say my pleasure, and so on. And 3 weeks later, this kid meets potentially with the chairman of the board of Bank of England, and it works. And it works. That's what he saw, and that's how he created the retail. And be impressed by the look of it. Have this positive in mind. We looked, by the way, it's very important for people to know, business to know. We looked at 400,000 comment cards. Beginning, we had comment cards. J.D. Power analyzed them for us. Whenever the first
400,000 comment cards?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Guests that commented in the room.
Comment cards. Got it. 400,000 comment cards.
Yeah.
Got it.
They're not scientifically that important. The call-in are much more scientific, by the way. But anyway, when I had them, I worked with J.D. Power. Dave Power was a friend. They took them and analyzed them. And they came back and said 100% without exception, 100%. When the first contact was excellent, never did a complaint follow. Positive subconscious. Whenever there was one negative in either reservation, doorman, or front desk, always did complaints follow. Wow. I mean, wow. So I have to make sure that my first contact. That's why when you walked in Ritz Carlton, first contact, that's why you saw huge flowers. First thing you saw, everything positive in your subconscious, so you feel positive about the rest.
Success is built on how you think. Influence is built on how you show up. Every detail matters, because presence speaks before you do. This is more than style. The future looks bright.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.